Good evening and welcome. I'm Don Graham, CEO of the Washington Post Company, and all are welcome to the second annual gathering of Foreign Policy's top 100 global thinkers.
A true theme running through this year is the Arab awakening that has grabbed all of our attention. And that is why, without further ado, I'm going to let you hear from the real stars of the evening, the people who, through the force of their actions and their ideas, have helped make and shape some of the momentous events of this year. Rashid Ghannouchi of Tunisia, formerly banned. His party has recently won the largest result in Tunisia's first democratic election since the momentous events that were triggered earlier this year. We have also with us Saudi activist Manal al-Sharif. Many of you have seen her on YouTube, and I'm sure you all have lots of questions for her, not only about what kind of car she likes to drive, but when exactly she's going to be getting her driver's license. And Surja Popovic. We're also honored to have him. He is not an Arab, as you will notice.
Definitely.
But he brings to us, I think, a really valuable perspective. He saw revolution himself firsthand more than a decade ago in Serbia. A year ago, we had in our Global Thinkers issue, one of their number who's not here with us today, Mohammed al-Baradei. And we saluted him at the time for his audacity in returning to Egypt for the daunting task of somehow bringing democracy to his homeland. I see a decaying temple almost collapsing, we quoted al-Baradei as saying of Mubarak's regime. It will fall sooner rather than later. Now, I have to be honest, I really didn't think that was serious at the time. I thought it was the bravado of a very determined activist, someone who had committed his life, but I really didn't see it as a roadmap to current events. And I imagine that that's a good starting place for all of us to have a conversation about the breathtaking events of the last year.
Egyptian elections, which was honest elections, free elections, fair elections, can transform this big country as a base of democracy for the whole of the region of the Arabic world. So the Brotherhood is moderate Islam, democrat Islam, and can affect the whole region and constitute a real tool to fight against terrorism in the region and in the world.
For driving, because we are the only country in the whole world that women can drive, but still we are the only country in the whole world where women is a minor until she dies. She needs a male guardian all her life to give her permission to work, to study, to do anything in her life, even to leave the country. I had to take permission from my father to be here. I'm 32, mother, but still we have to go through that. We won't stop that. So driving is, I said that before, it's a symbolic thing to us. There are 10 million women in Arabia crippled. She can't go to work, she can't go to school because she can't drive her own car. We call it drive your own life. This is what we're trying to do. And we have a saying in Saudi, we say, silence is a sign of acceptance. But it's not. Silence is a sign of fear.
This was a very bad year for bad guys, but it was also a very extraordinary, phenomenal year about one phenomenon we are very focused to. And whether we are calling it strategic nonviolent struggle, as one of our other global thinkers who is tonight with us, Professor Gene Sharp, very dear friend, or we are calling it people power like the Philippine thinks, it's about the civic mobilization. I must say how much I appreciate that such an important publication as Foreign Policy magazine just decided to shift their view and say, well, maybe this is how the world is looking, maybe how this is functioning. So thank you so much for this.
Sergio, thank you so much. Thank you.